Hey everybody, it's Craig Berry with Acopia Home Loans. You may know me from my articles on the Mortgage Reports, My Mortgage Insider, HSH, or just on Facebook. But today I want to talk a little bit about whether or not you should pay points to buy down the interest rate. This is a question that I get quite often, and it's also a common misconception about how points work. So first off, let's talk a little bit about that. So when you pay points, a lot of people think that if I pay 1 point, I get 1% lower interest rate. So in other words, let's just say today's interest rates for a 30-year fixed mortgage is 4.5%. That means if I pay 1 point, I get 3.5. If I pay 2 points, I get 2.5, and so on and so forth. Doesn't work like that. I wish it did sometimes, but it doesn't. We are limited to how much we can charge you, even if you wanted to pay to get that. And that's why you don't hear a lot of people walking around talking about their 1% interest rate that they have on their mortgage. So anyway, when you pay points and you pay 1%, now granted, 1 point is equal to 1% of the loan amount. So let's just use $200,000 as an example. 1% or 1 point of $200,000 is $2,000. The difference is when you pay 1 point or 1% or $2,000, you get 0.25%. And it's not always exact, but generally 1 point equals a quarter lower rate. So going back to that scenario using the 4.5%, then you would get 4.25. So more specifically, I had these great clients come in yesterday. Their loan amount was roughly $220,000, and they were looking at paying 1 point to buy down the rate by 0.25%, which would have saved them roughly $33 a month. Well, $33 a month savings, $2,200 cost, because that's 1% of their loan amount, would have meant a recoup period of 5.5 years. So, did it make sense for them to actually pay $2,200 up front, basically, to save $33 a month and it take 5.5 years? It depends. And it's going to depend on a lot of factors. How long are you going to be in the house? What's more important to you now, the money in your pocket or your budget? Is this a starter home? Is there a chance that your job is going to relocate you? What if you decide to refinance? There's going to be a lot of people that are going to say, well, it makes sense because after 5.5 years, and I don't plan to do anything, this is where I'm going to live the rest of my life. For the next 25 years or 24.5, it's going to save a lot of money, and it would. But there's also going to be a lot of people who are going to say, that's too long of a period of time and too much money to pay now when I could take that $2,200 and I could invest it, I could buy furniture. There's always something where you could put that money. So again, as it is always or very often going to be the answer, and the response is, it depends. So should you pay points? Talk to me. You need to talk to a trusted mortgage advisor about whether or not your specific situation applies as far as paying points or with anything else in the mortgage business. So if you ever have any questions about mortgages, about paying points, about real estate, contact me. I would love to talk to you. I'd love to share a little bit of my experience, my knowledge, my wisdom, and hopefully you're going to find that to be beneficial. I love talking about what I do. So give me a call. My contact information is going to be on the bottom of the screen. You can call me, you can email me, you can message me, or you can comment, and who knows, maybe your comment will result in my next article, my next blog, my next video is going to be about you and your situation. So until next time, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great week.